Welcome back to SwitchStars, where today on the channel we're going to be checking out Anomaly Pools, a new horror title from PlayStage Interactive, which buys into the whole liminal space vibe and comes hot off the back of the release of Pools on Steam. But unlike the sublimity Backrooms that it's based upon, these pool rooms not only contain dangerous entities, but also a terrifying pool lady who chases you down and apparently loves you. It's only a couple of quid on Switch, but is it worth your time and cash? Well, pop on those budgie smugglers and let's find out. So the main menu for the game is a rather bland and uninspiring one, but it does feature a pretty decent sounding 80s synth track somewhat reminiscent of the Stranger Things theme song. The settings menu is also pretty poor, with the graphics containing nothing but a brightness slider, the option to invert X and Y axis, which is always a nice addition, and some sound settings, and there's also a rules menu which acts as a kind of tutorial, but the game itself is pretty straightforward. Upon starting the game though, you'll be dropped into the pools, and right away you'll find yourself pursued by the pool lady, a mask-wearing female in a checkered dress, and whilst attempting to work out the game's controls, I inadvertently ended up getting caught by her. Much like the Weeping Angels of Doctor Who though, the pool lady will only actually move when you're not watching her, so there's a balance to be had between keeping an eye on where you're actually going and glancing back at her to slow a pursuit. But other than turning and moving with the thumbsticks, the only other button you need to worry about is the L button, which allows you to sprint, and you're able to put a decent distance between the two of you without any real issues. Now the objective of the game is to avoid getting caught by the pool lady while simultaneously avoiding the anomalies that spawn, and these come in the form of chairs, slides, fridge freezers and a bunch of balloons. Avoid 11 of these anomalies and steer clear of the pool lady and you clear the game. However, this is much easier said than done, and there are several underdeveloped aspects of the game that really end up working against you here. Firstly, your sprint button works fine when transitioning through open spaces, but the second that you move against a surface, you'll once again slow to a walking speed, and with the many tight corners and pool edges at every turn, you'll be repeatedly pressing it just to keep your momentum going. Secondly, the game's anomalies spawn directly in front of you, giving you a split second to release your sprint to avoid running into them, and if you do collide with them, your counter for avoiding them will then be reset to 0. As you might expect, this can be incredibly frustrating, especially when you're a couple of anomalies short of winning, and something like, I don't know, a small deer spawns in front of you just below your eye line and you don't have a chance to avoid it. Finally, the level design consists of around 4 or 5 different pool areas with a few different walkways and tunnels connecting them together. The pool areas themselves are not too bad actually, there's some decent variation between them, however there's often only a single route between them, and if an anomaly spawns and blocks your one and only exit, you're basically screwed and have no way of escaping. Now, while the concept of the game is sound and it offers a cheap and cheerful horror experience which you could probably play through in about an hour or so, I found that much of your success comes down to pure luck rather than your own skill as a player. And while I appreciated the backroom aesthetics, the addition of the classic video camera filter, and the creepy calls of the pool lady, which definitely add to the tension as you hear her drawing closer and calling out for you, ultimately, the game feels a little ill thought out in my opinion, with very little creativity put into its environments and mechanics, or making it feel fair to the player, giving them options for escaping. To me, this one kind of felt like a spin on the classic Slenderman games, but instead of collecting notes, you're dodging anomalies, and I got the same feeling of being screwed over by the game as I used to in those games back in the day. But like I said, it's only a couple of quid and it does offer a reasonable level of tension, at least for the first 30 minutes or so, so if you're into your retro horror titles and are looking for a quick fix, then Anomaly Pools may still be worth a purchase for you. Not much else to say about this one though, so if you're interested in it, go check it out on the Switch eShop, and if you've already bought and played it, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. For now though, drop a like if this review helped you out, and subscribe for more Switch content. Thanks to the patrons of the channel, and to you the viewers for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and game on.